going.
It's
Ooh,
going.
yay. I can write on it.
Live.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, look. There's at least one other person here besides myself.
Some poor fool
Yay.
wants to hear us babble. It's
Whoa. This will be fun. Oh,
I'm
there's
sorry.
there's a couple of people here.
You-
Welcome,
what is your
welcome.
chat?
I'm fixing the chat.
She's
Calm
pressing-
yourself.
Okay. Yeah, she's pressing all the buttons.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Carmen.
So I've got, we're going to start building a list here in a minute. We thought we'd say hello to everybody. Hello. I'm going to just make our little font bigger. We're good at about 150.
Oh my god, oh my god.
You're fine, you're fine. We always make the
Asterisks.
Yes,
oh, yeah. I
asterisks.
think Carmen's first.
Carmen got her asterisks in early. Hi, Raquel. Hi, Realistic Mystic. Hi, Red Hat Tarot. Rebel Rose Soaps. Hi. Hi, Carmen.
There's not even that many people yet. And
Hi,
I already
Nina.
can't
See,
keep
I
up
told
with
you. I was just telling
Carmen,
Peggy.
Raquel, Red Hat Tarot, Carmen again, Realistic Mystic, Raquel, Alice down the rabbit hole. Hi, Shuffle Tarot. Hi, Donna. Ozark Oracle is Donna.
Oh, hi, Donna. Hi, Jennifer.
Oh my god, everybody's
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Jennifer and Jen.
Oh my god, you guys must have nothing to do today.
Hi, Spirit Healer. Okay, hold on. I was actually really happy to see you, Nina. Oh, hi, Al. How are you even awake?
Oh my god, I love my insomnia right now.
Peggy was like, it's like 2 a.m. in the UK. And I'm like, yeah, but it's probably a perfect time in Australia. And look, there's Nina. It's just like magic. It's like we summoned her with this.
Carmen. So what did you give as your instructions?
Just put a whole bunch of asterisks on the screen
do the
if you want to get on the list.
If you want to get on the list for a quick reading.
I've got instruct. Oh yeah, you're in Australia too, Jen. I totally spaced.
Oh my god, stop throwing.
I'm
gonna
sorry.
throw all the freaking cards away. So who wants a reading?
Yeah, there's.
Raquel.
We said our hellos. Let's just jump right in.
I'm sorry. No, we're gonna keep being nice to you people, but I want to get the.
We've got lots of asterisks happening. There is hi Ezra. There is instructions down below on how to get on the list if we get distracted.
This may fill up.
We're only here for about an hour, guys, so we'll do what we can. We're just doing this before dinner, and then we're gonna have a late-ish dinner. Okay, so who did you get? Carmen, Raquel.
Carmen was first, then Raquel, then Shuffle Tarot.
That's Nina.
Realistic Mystic.
Yeah.
Then
Topaz Tarot and T. Then Donna, Ozark Oracle. Can't say Ozark.
She can't even say
Ozark
and she's
Oracle.
American.
Hello, Holly Coastal Witch.
Okay, who else I met?
Hi,
Ezra,
Danny.
Claire.
Yeah. It's
Who else?
fun.
Okay.
I really like
Did I
watching
miss
people do
anybody?
readings too.
Who's right after? I thought there was somebody else after Donna.
Ozark Oracle. Oh yeah, Science to Soul Tarot with Jen is after Donna. And then Ezra. Did you get Ezra?
Yeah, I got Ezra.
So we'll see what we can do with this. We're not the speediest. The instructions are in the description box. You just put up a bunch of asterisks.
You're already on the list.
But you're in.
Raquel.
Yeah.
You're already in because
you're like number 2. You did it.
You just put up the little star things to make sure that you.
And then what we'll do is when it's your turn, you give us your question. Then that way it doesn't
get
lost.
Then we'll start harassing the crap out of you. It'll be fine.
We are squirrels at the best of times, so buckle up. This is what we do. I have 2 decks to play with today. I have the Stretch Tarot, which I was using on Sunday. And I have my Brady Tarot as well. I am loving the Peggy bag turned into my tarot bag.
Yay.
Oh, nice. All right. How can you steal my shuffle?
Because you're shuffling over there.
Oh, but just habitually. You have to give it back. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah. So are we picking a generic topic and answering for that topic? We're just doing 3 cards, right?
Yeah, we'll do 3 cards for each person.
3 cards.
You can ask just about anything, nothing legal, medical, the usual disclaimers.
We're doing 3 cards, so obviously don't get so complicated that we're gonna just look at you and go, wait.
All right, so it's making me twitchy that Peggy's shuffling my deck before me.
You shuffled it like for an hour.
I know, but
you sat over here shuffling for an hour, going, "Hey, do you think we should do a video now?" And I went, "Okay." And you're like, "Shuffle."
Yeah, thanks.
She can't go.
I'm the shuffler. Like, why do you have my cards?
I have Bruno. We'll be fine.
It's called Tag Team Tarot because basically. Not that anybody asked. I just feel like I want to
have a thing.
This was Peggy's.
I have a show and tell. You talk.
Peggy's going to show and tell.
tell.
Before we get started, and then we'll get your question, Carmen. But before that,
people are waiting for this.
Oh yeah. So this came about because we ended up doing some readings together, and we really, really liked. It's hot night in Kansas. Hey, hi, Gayleen.
Oh, there's my butt.
But we were just kind of bouncing.
Oh my God, there it is too. Love that leg.
And it was fun.
Okay,
honey,
guys.
the lag is normal. I know. You've got a deal.
Doesn't matter. I don't have to.
Got a deal.
I'm an asshole. I don't have to deal with shit.
So yeah.
I can bitch and complain. Can I not? Can I? Yeah. See.
You can. You can.
You don't have to tolerate my shit.
No, I don't.
Okay, guys.
Let's get over on this end, Kaylee. All right.
See where we are.
Oh, here. Let me hold up your other screen so you can actually see.
There we go.
There. See.
Now we can't see nothing else. You can.
That's
I can
okay. We'll
see
hide
it.
it again. It's fine. There you
I
go.
can. I
But
can.
then you're
Look,
holding it
I
up.
can see it
You're
right
holding
there.
it up for forever, waiting for it to show there.
Like do. Okay.
So it's the kidney bag. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kidney bag.
progress.
It's the kidney.
This
Now,
is her first prototype or second prototype?
I don't think yeah, this is just a practice
She
run.
did.
I don't.
Hi, Pomona.
I did. I don't know that I like it because it's hard. There's a third rose down here and it's hard to see.
I can see that rose. I can see it.
So I'm not sure what I think of it. I might do another one with actual red roses to just really show the contrast.
Oh, Danny, you and your friend Chelsea do that? Have you done that on your channel before? Because I would watch that. I would.
Oh, double reads.
Yeah. Peggy came up with the name. Hi, Alyssa.
Yeah.
So we've got a list right now of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9 people on the list right now. Full disclosure. Hello, Christine.
I got lot. Yeah,
you're here from the Philippines. Hey,
oh,
nice.
Cool.
Glad you could make it.
Yeah, I got lots of Peggy bags up right now. I'm getting all caught up.
Not on your channel, but for clients. Oh,
that's
nice.
cool.
I'll keep letting it stream, so just yell when it's your turn. All right, realistic.
We will.
We will.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Maybe I'll put it together in a little pencil case or something and have a little giveaway. And
Alyssa, the instructions to get on the list are down below. But just put a bunch of stars off on the screen, and then we'll just add you. And when it's your turn, we'll ask your question. But we're only here for about an hour, so we might not get. We're definitely not.
Yeah,
gonna get
I can
to
add a list now, but if you don't put the asterisks and we end up not seeing you,
that's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Ward. How are you?
Mr. Ward.
Oh my God, Elle, I'm gonna need that kidney embroidered on everything I own.
Yeah.
There's Alice down the rabbit hole as well. Which is I like yours. I like your glowy stars. They're really easy to see, and Pomona as well. And we'll just see what happens. We're gonna try to get pretty zippy, so we'll get the first one up. Carmen, when you're ready, if you want to hit us with your question.
So basically, yeah. So have you explained what you're gonna do, Pomona?
We're gonna do readings. What? Carmen, what shadow work do I need to do right now in my life? I have a 3-card shadow work spread that we'll use. Cool. What aspect of shadow work should you most easily illuminate at this time? How can you take responsibility for it? And what do you need to do to create change? I think Alyssa wants to be on the list.
I think Alyssa's on the list. It's fine.
Hello. We got you.
Hey, Score.
It's all good. We'll see if we get to you. Okay, so we're going to start with observe, Carmen. So what is the aspect of shadow work that you most need to illuminate right now, or that you can most easily illuminate? Sometimes the thing that you can most easily illuminate is the most accessible, not necessarily the thing that's needed the most, if that makes any sense. It's what's most available to you. So we'll start there. And then you got share.
Get show. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 14 now, and we're probably only here for an hour. So let's hold the list right now.
Yeah, we'll stop it here.
We'll stop it here because we might not be able to get. And I'm sorry, what was the question?
She's asking about shadow work. This is sorry, we're going to share it with you. I just was wanting to show you what card it was.
Oh my God, again.
Okay, so this is what aspect of shadow work can you most easily illuminate at this time? And we have the 10 of Wands, which is the burden card or the oppression card in this deck. Okay. So it's talking about the fact that you need to address how much you have on your plate and your tendency to take on too much or to take on other people's stuff. A lot of times when this comes up in shadow work, it's because we all have burdens, we all have responsibilities, but this indicates that you've got stuff.
I'm saying the same thing. Identify. The beginning part of your shadow work is to identify. Yeah, there was a stalker card from yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was just pointing that out to Peggy.
So, well, it makes a certain sense though, because people ask questions.
Hello, Time Nexus.
People ask questions when there's something they're trying to resolve. So I guess there's a certain, but in this context for shadow, it's like your work involves identifying the things, that have become a burden to you in those unacceptable ways. I'm not sure how to describe that.
No, that makes sense. So that's the aspect that
you have to get up every day and go to work.
Hello, Marie.
you have to get up every day and go to work. That is a burden, right?
Yep.
But if you're getting up and going to work and you're in a position where 2 other people have quit and you're doing all of their work in the meantime and they're not hiring anybody else, that's now a burden.
So
that's a different kind of burden.
This is the shadow work to pay attention to. Now, the next thing is sort of how do you take responsibility of that? How do you own it? And that is the devil card. So this is about addressing your addiction to taking over, taking control, not delegating, taking charge. So the devil's like bondage and like feeling stuck, but a lot of times you're stuck by your own shadow, right? So what you need to take responsibility for at this point, in my opinion, is
what's the deck?
Oh, sorry, this is the Stretch Tarot. So you need to take responsibility.
You might want to list that at the end.
That's a good idea. I'll put it in the description box when it's over. So I want to hold this up for you guys too. So the devil is all about bondage, right? It's about the ways that you're not that kind of.
Maybe somebody just needs to send you some scissors.
Okay, hold on. But the point, the point of this is though that like when you think of this and you're thinking about how do you own the fact that you take on too much, it's like you're addicted to it, right? You're chained down by it. You're stuck on a pattern.
Well, it's a bad habit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a bad habit. It's everything from a bad habit to an outright addiction to whatever. So recognizing where you're oppressing yourself or putting yourself in those positions to be oppressed that you might have the ability to walk away from if only
codependency.
That would be one.
It's that need to help, but that need to help comes from a place of insecurity, right? We get addicted to helping and taking on too much because
that's actually really common in shadow work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we usually find ourselves behaving in that way toward whatever it is that becomes our shadow.
Well, a lot of our shadow work is really about our relationship with control and our relationship with fear.
Yeah. Okay.
So the next card is how do you create conscious change?
I don't even know how many people are in here right now. Hi, everybody.
Yes, hello, everybody. Just joining.
I'm looking down. I'm looking up. If I miss you, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm just looking down and looking up and missing shit.
We're only here until 7:30, so about an hour from now. So we're holding the list for now to see how we do speed wise. Okay, so here's how to create conscious change.
Her and I both read differently, so sometimes we will not agree on these readings.
We can argue in a book too, though. This is the point, though. We like to
chapter 1, arguing. Chapter 2, more disagreement.
We're just going to argue our way through the whole book.
And in the afterword, it's like, thank you for enjoying us through this book. This is going to be used as evidence in divorce court.
No. Okay.
I know. I'm not allowed to say the D word.
Let's give you a third card, Carmen. Oh, Carmen.
Ooh, the Lovers.
Your third card is the Lovers. So in the Lovers card, we're seeing things coming into harmony. I see this as you befriending yourself being your key call to action. I think that the Lovers sometimes is about having a harmonious relationship. But
I don't think this is.
I'm going to argue about the Lovers. I'm
so
excited. Okay.
No. I agree with you, but I see this as being in a better place. This resolving the shadow puts you in a better place to have more positive relationships with yourself and other people.
Agree, but this is the action advice card. So then, how would you put that in context of like, what's her next step then?
Well, okay. If this is the result of
let's hold up these cards.
If this is a result of codependency and unhealthy relationships, then resolving these shadows will be healthier relationships. So that
absolutely. And if you're seeing control stuff and taking on too much and not delegating, bleeding into your work relationships, your personal relationships, then you're going to see obviously a more cohesive relating in the future.
Yeah,
if you
and it doesn't have to be a personal.
Oh, good, Jennifer.
It doesn't have to be a personal romantic relationship. Like my first example was about work. It's already a bit of a burden to get up and go to work every day. But if shit's going down at work and you're taking on more than you should in order to be a good team player, then
good. I'm glad she's saying it's not going
now. So if it's
hello, just so everybody knows who's just joining our list is pretty full right now.
Like I said, I agree with you, but I think it's not. It's
no, I think that's perfect.
Resolving your stuff puts you in a healthier place. So your relationships. Oh my God, I can't even.
Oh my God, this is horrible. There's a lot of glare. Sorry, I want to show you the cards before I put them away. Okay, so
good luck with the shuffling.
Thanks.
We're just going to take that 10 of Wands and just throw it away.
The 10 of Wands literally stalks us.
Raquel is next. So
Raquel, hit us with your question.
Hit us with a question, Raquel.
Hopefully that gave some clarity, Carmen, on where to put your attention right now. I think it was pretty clear, so that's good.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay. Yay. So while we're waiting.
And we didn't disagree too badly. Nobody got hurt. It was great. I have a working interview tomorrow. I actually have to work. What do I need to know about this place? Is it the right place for me? Thank you.
So you have to work to kind of like as your interview.
I've had it working in it. I had a couple of those.
It was bullshit, man.
Sorry.
Mine was bullshit.
This might not be the reading you want because both of us have had bad outcomes from working
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you have.
That makes a little more sense. Mine was like some crappy like sales and marketing thing. They were just trying to milk me for some work.
I'm still trying to click the.
You're good.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, we're responding to her, and we haven't like.
What do I need to know about
why
your
would
place?
It hide
Is
that
the right
one?
place for me?
Why would it hide that comment?
I don't know.
It hid your comment, and I don't know why. Like dental hygienist is somehow a dirty word somewhere. I don't know.
Here's what we're gonna do. Objective, we're assuming, is to. How do you want to just? What do you want to pull 3 cards and see what we get?
Well, we want to pull 3 cards because it's like.
But do you want to use any fixed positions or just like whatever comes up comes up?
I think whatever comes up because.
All right.
That's kind of what a working interview is. You're walking into the unknown.
We could also do a pro-con advice.
All day?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I need to.
We're snobby, man. We're like they're getting you to work for free. Those fuckers.
Yeah, no, like okay, so
okay, but it's legit. It's
legit. Okay. Should you have concerns about that? What are they looking for?
Let's just do.
What do you need? What can you bring? What can you bring to the table? Like. In terms of whatever.
Well, she wants to ultimately know if it's the right place for her. So let's start with what do I need to know about the place? So that's the focus. Let's start there. Okay. So we'll just do first card and see what comes up.
Well, let's keep
one more shuffle. Let's hope we get the 10.
Let's keep it about what you need to know about the place and see what else just
pops through. Okay, I like it. Okay. One cut, you cut.
One cut, I cut to there.
Okay. All right. First card that's come through is readiness, the Page of Swords. Oh my gosh. So the Page of Swords is like your detective. This is the person who pays attention. So think about when you go into this environment, be curious about the people in the environment, how they're working together. Interview them while they're interviewing you. Pay attention to the people seem happy working there.
This is going to be your opportunity. Yeah, readiness is, again, you're ready for this position. So there's no issues with whether or not you can do the job. So go in and do the job. But
use your opportunity.
Your readiness, like you can see, like I mean, he's ready, he's prepared, he knows his shit.
Yeah.
So go in and pay attention to them as well, and see what kind of a vibe you get, and listen to your gut.
So also coming through is the Two of Swords conflict. Now this is the decision card, and I find that when I'm going into a place, there's that. Sometimes you go into a place and you have an instant reaction, and then as you're there a little bit longer, or as you talk to the person, you get like more impressions. Think about me with my last job. It's like I had such a good feeling, even though there were some things that my logical side was like, oh, maybe this is a problem. So Two of Swords to me is that like.
Well, even just, like using a working interview as a specific example, I did do a working interview and it was a shit show. It was a waste of my time. So I was conflicted from the minute I walked in, but I needed the job. So it's like, oh my God, am I doing it? So, and it's really easy to get into that headspace.
Totally.
So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to imply that this is what you're walking into, but I can definitely see how easy it would be to slip into that headspace because I've been there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just be aware that there's always going to be a reason to, when you're trying something new for the very first time, it's normal to feel conflicted. And again, we're going back to listen to your gut.
Yeah, I think this tells me you're going to really have to turn at the end of the day, like literally at the physical end of your day, you'll need to turn your attention inward. What was your gut feeling? But I really think that first card is the crux. That first card about paying attention to what you notice, be curious, be the detective, pay attention. Right?
There's a bunch of people that showed up because Barbara.
You have another option to choose between. Hello.
Yeah. Oh, so you can either spend the day at this place or interview someplace else.
Oh, so you have to choose between tomorrow's.
Okay, and that's your conflict. So that's your conflict right there. So honestly, I would suggest that if you keep your eyes open and
Oh, you've already interviewed. So once you do this working interview, you'll be deciding between the two places. Okay. So here's what came up through as the third card, interference, the Eight of Swords. This is the card of overwhelm in a way. It's when you have so many thoughts, ideas, things running through your head that you bind yourself up and you get frozen. You don't know what to do next. I think that with this and conflict, you're definitely going to feel very torn by the end. Burp. I don't know why you had to announce it first.
Because I wanted her. Okay. Anybody who's, I wanted my wife to have fair warning.
Okay.
Because she literally at the last minute said, "Hey, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Okay, but I haven't even had dinner yet. Like, what the hell?
We're doing dinner after."
Okay. Now the Eight of Swords interference.
See, this is a very stuck card, the Two of Swords, but so is the Eight of Swords. And this one, you often see a picture of somebody surrounded by swords.
Can I ask a question? Is this your first job in this field since completing your education? Is this or one of your
Hi,
first?
Jennifer.
Is this one of the? Because I'm kind of picking up a sense that, in a way, there's this, because when you're going into a new position. Oh,
no,
10 years. Okay. Because I get this sense that you're kind of being your own worst enemy right now. And you do know your shit. I mean, I said that already, that you do know your shit.
Yeah, I don't think this is about your skills at this point.
And you do have choices to make.
So, but this tells me almost like having too many options can get you feeling trapped, right?
So,
hi, Armani. Our list is full right now.
We'll let you know right now. But if we have time near the end, we may open up for a few more. So, and again, like, I mean, obviously we could play 20 questions until I get it right. Yeah, you have multiple options.
We can play 20 questions.
Well, no, because I was going to say
Cheater pants.
No,
readings.
I was going to say my personal experience with having a working interview was that it was absolutely not standard for what I was interviewing for. It's like, this is never done. And basically, at the end of the day, I ended up providing half a day's work for a discounted rate.
I think to me,
and that is like,
makes you feel fucked over, right?
Well, I don't know what the right word is. So,
do I have to announce a fart even though none of you can smell it? I mean, I think we'd all.
Well, I think we'd enjoy the knowledge because we have not tormented you to any big degree in a while, so we can.
Here's what I think, Raquel. I think the crux
we're closing for questions. We're sorry, Empress Daisy. We're not taking questions right now because we already have too many. But if it turns out we have space, we'll add a few more.
Okay, I need to do. Okay, so Raquel, I think the crux of your reading is on the Two of Swords, which is the center card. I think the crux is going to be listen to your gut, pay attention, because your interview with them is an opportunity to interview them, and I'm going to keep harping on that because I think that's going to be what's going to help you make the decision the easiest. You have a full day there, so that means you have tons of time to actually pay attention and notice how people are interacting with one another, right?
Yeah.
And to really get a feel for, is this a place you're going to enjoy?
Yeah, like, I mean, you might know by noon. You might know by, if you walk in and things are not.
It's going to be Nina next.
If you walk in and things aren't copacetic, you're going to know. What I will say is, if you decide that it's not working out, you don't owe them your entire day. That's something else to keep in mind.
That's true. You do not have to stay trapped for the whole day. If you walk in and you're like, I do not want to work here. I just know, I feel it. Man, I mean, like, I'm sorry, but this isn't the place for me.
Trust your gut.
Don't be shy.
Let's just trust your gut. Trust your gut. Trust your gut. And again, and let's just clarify too, though. It's like I had a bad experience, and she had a bad experience because when I don't know how to express this properly, so let me just try my best. But it's not normal. It's not normal in the industry that I had this experience. It's not normal in the industry that she had this experience. So not a lot of people are going to have a relevant, relatable experience with it to give you good advice.
Yeah.
So trust your own gut and what feels right for you. If you walk in and 5 minutes later you're going, this is a waste of my time, it's like, okay, yeah, hey, sorry guys, I'm not going to be able to stay the day after all, and just leave.
I hope that provided some clarity, Raquel.
It's probably not the best help we could give, but just trust yourself.
We have
Shuffle Tarot is next.
I don't know how many. We've got another 10 or so, and we're only here till 7:30. So if we get near the end, then we'll take some.
I can't wait to get to Donna because I'm going to tell her that she has to go give Rex a hug and a kiss from me.
Okay, you can tell her that now.
No, it's going to be in the reading. I will find it, and I will keep pulling cards until I.
Oh, okay. I have the Brady Tarot now, just so you guys know.
You have a different deck?
Yeah. So Nina's question.
Sorry, guys.
Should I stay on the path I'm on in regards to career? So am I on the right track? Okay.
I'm on the right track.
So we're going to do where are you now? Where are you going? How you're going to get there? Sound good?
Okay.
Where are you now? Where are you going? How are you going to get there? All right. And then you can kind of look at where you are now as far as career path and see if that aligns.
Rob's on Team Meatloaf.
Team Meatloaf.
I'm sorry, Rex is my buddy. Rex is my buddy.
You're welcome, Raquel. All right.
Yes, you're welcome, Raquel. I hope it gave you some help. I don't think that was particularly helpful because
we were helpful. It was good.
Trust yourself.
It's really about trusting your gut, but that's what interviews are for, right? Okay, let me focus on Nina's here.
Well, and that's what makes interviews stressful.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you focusing on Nina?
I'm focusing on Nina. Should she stay in the same career?
She on the right path. All right, so the first card, where are you now? Let's take a look. Okay, are you gonna? Oh, okay. So we've pulled death. So you are in a. Megan, look at Megan's face.
I see early retirement in your future.
Oh my God. Okay, no, wait.
I'm an asshole.
To me,
I'm an asshole. We were joking around that this was going to be good cop, bad cop tarot and not in the fun way for some people.
Okay, so to me, this is super, super clear. Death is a moment of transformation. You're in a point of letting something old go and stepping forward into the new. To me, this is very clear. Of course you got death. Yeah, it sounds like you're probably not surprised. what's interesting is that what jumped out at the same time, and I kept it for that reason, actually. What jumped out with it is the devil. And to me, that tells me if this is in the where are you going position, then that tells me that your desire, I want to say this right. Your desire is to actually cling, even though you know it's time to let go. Your desire is to hold on to the known, to stay in the frying pan because you're afraid of the fire. Who spit out their drink? Al? Oh God, why? Peggy's like early retirement.
I'm trying to, yeah.
But do you see what I mean? Like, I feel like transformation and then bondage. So if this is where you're headed, then you're on track right now to
you want to bring some changes, some excitement, some either on a career level. You want to bring new things into your life.
But you're afraid because the devil indicates that she's moving into a place where she's gonna stay stuck. Yeah. Thanks, Rob. So to me, it's like where you are now is a turning point, and death to me is usually a kick in the ass that there's something we're clinging to that's already over. And that I love that we're both right. Then we don't have to fight later, right?
We're going to fight anyway.
We're going to fight anyway. Okay. So did I totally dominate that, or are you?
No, I think I'm actually disagreeing. I mean, no, I'm not disagreeing. I'm sorry. I'm actually agreeing with
me. Okay, good.
Whether obviously change happens. There was actually a study, not a study, but there was a marketing thing or whatever that was done that showed that something like 75% of all people are not doing the same thing that they were 5 years ago, just because of simple changes in technology.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
thank you.
Like, and it makes sense because
I can see the gears turning in your. Thank goodness you agree about my death.
Yes,
that's important. That's
important. We will send a card tomorrow.
Oh wow! It's time for a shakeup. Is basically
it's time for a bit of a shakeup. And
but honestly, this tells me that your tendency is to hold on way too long.
That tendency is to hold on, but the reality is that change is inevitable no matter what you do. Think, okay, back in the day.
Sorry, I'm going to just interrupt. Yeah. Okay, so your third card, which is how you're going to get there. In other words, how are you going to get? In this case, I would say how are you going to get out of that devil? How are you going to stay away from the devil? Not how you're going to move into the devil, is withdrawal, the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about getting that time for peace, pulling away from all pressures, if you can, as many as you can get away from, and actually getting clean. Yeah, I'm a Taurus. We don't do change. Yeah, so, girl, I hear you. I'm not a Taurus, but I still don't do change.
I'm kind of seeing this year as like, it sounds like you're in a position where you don't have to make major changes if you don't want to, but you kind of need to for your own personal growth and happiness.
Yeah.
It might be changes that make you happier with the job, with what you're already doing, or it might be changes where
tomorrow. We're not doing that very well.
Yeah.
You don't get to see the cards.
Guys,
we're gonna hoard them.
It's a secret.
Secret tarot.
Okay. So this was the first card.
The devil.
This was the second card.
No, that first one was the death.
First one was death. Then the devil.
We're so professional.
I'm bad at this. We are not professional. And this one was, which one did you say? This was
withdrawal. Four of Swords.
See, when it does that, I often have to remind myself or be reminded what the basic card is. So when they do this, I kind of get confused. So
those are the keywords. You like keywords.
I love the keywords. I like keywords. They're helpful.
Hey, you can't make decisions.
So, but yeah, like the Four of Swords is kind of remind you do have a lot of control in what you're going to be doing.
Agree.
This
is 100% in your hands. It's just that you know what you need to do to grow now. You know.
And you're more in control of whatever's going on than you think you are. Like, oh, if I go ahead and do this, then I can't do that anymore, and that's just not true.
Exactly. So we are going to have realistic mystic.
I need my pen.
Oh God! Realistic. I hope that helped Nina. I really think a lot of this is about letting go of fear.
See, there you go.
Did you hear? Oh, letting go of fear is what I was saying.
Yeah, letting go of the fear and just being aware of it. And being aware that, sometimes people think that making a change produces all of these intense, deep, changes in their life. Oh, if I change this little thing, everything else is going to go great to shit. And that's not necessarily true either. Just don't be in a rush. Take a look around and see what will work for you and what won't, and then just don't be afraid to make those moves.
And I think the Four of Swords too is about self-trust, right?
Yeah.
So when you're ready with your question,
this is to listen to your gut day.
Yeah, we're gonna have themes apparently. We've learned.
Yeah. The realistic mystic is next.
When you're ready with your question, hit us with it.
We'll be just saying stupid shit in the meantime. It'll be fine.
We can actually look at comments. Thanks for all the nice comments, everybody. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when you see death and the devil, you're going like, oh my God, this is horrible. But honestly, in the tarot,
are you having a hard time with the Brady? I love the Brady. Oh my gosh, The guidebook is incredible too.
Oh, realistic mystic. Should I keep looking for a full-time job or keep looking for more clients so my schedule is more flexible for my kids? I need some dinero. Okay.
Keep looking for a full-time or keep. Okay, so let's do option 1, option 2. Yeah.
Can I just? Elle wants tarot tattoos and kidneys, apparently. Kidneys and tarot.
So since this is an either or, first card is going to be information about looking for a full-time.
I don't think we can. I don't really. I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm saying.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So the first, because it's an either or, should I keep looking for a full-time job or look for more clients? The first card is going to be about looking for a full-time job and like what that will do, how that impacts you. Okay. The second one is if you instead focus on looking for more clients. And then the third one is going to just be advice. Like, where do you go from here? So a little bit of each card is like a pro-con for each option. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like my
Teach
brain.
your kids to mow lawns, farm them out.
Child labor. Hi, Lynn.
Oh, more people. Hi, Lynn.
And I got your email. Thank you.
Yeah,
I just didn't respond. I haven't been on the computer much today.
She got your email. I'm getting nothing. By the way.
I like it when Peggy does things on PayPal, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So focus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We know the deal. Okay, realistic mystic.
But if I cry, she gives it back, so it's fine.
You don't have to actually cry. You just need to.
I have to like hack into
you
your
spend
account.
it on me anyways.
True. Okay.
Happy wife, happy life. All right,
okay.
Let's focus.
Okay,
on
let us focus. We didn't
mystic.
focus.
Thank you, Wiley.
Okay, so more clients versus finding a day job versus finding more clients versus family balance.
Okay, do you want to do one more cut? Okay. All right. Oh, interesting.
Altruism. Okay.
So the Six of Roots, which is the Six of Pentacles, altruism. Now, this is in regards to staying at the full-time job. So pros and cons, the Six of Pentacles. This is about give and take. This is also sometimes about ego and the way that giving or being of service is really good for how you feel self-worth-wise. Like for me, this shows up for me in my job when sometimes if you're doing a full-time job, you get the a lot more recognition than if you're doing if you're doing entrepreneur type things. Entrepreneur type things, nobody's there to give you credit except for yourself. Whereas if you're at a job, there's like financial things that like remind you you're doing well. Sometimes just people saying thank you to you.
A day job is how everybody else is paying their bills. So don't you feel like you're doing something wrong if you're not doing that?
So the altruism of like.
So
excuse me.
This is kind of an invitation to take a look at your finances and sort out whether or not
a
day job will actually make a difference in your world.
Well, she's at the day job now. She's at a full-time job. Well, not day job, but full-time job now. So this card is about how is that a good or a bad thing?
I thought it was the opposite, that you were doing clients.
Both. See, look, should I keep looking for a full-time job or keep looking for more clients? Oh, I see. You're right. You're right. Yeah. So you're looking for a full-time job this part is about the full-time job though.
The full-time job has some, there's some stereotyping around.
Part-time now. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some stereotypes around getting out there, working the job, making more money, having a paycheck, having your income being, if your income is now somebody else's responsibility if you have a job, whereas if you're taking on clients and a client chooses to leave, your income goes down. So it's
like right now, it's like you've got the part-time job, you could go for full-time, or you could invest more time in getting more bookkeeping clients, right? So this is full-time job benefits, bad drawbacks, etc. And I see this as like,
it's much more standardized.
And it's also more stable. There's an more equal give and take. When you're doing your own business, you often work more for less.
That's the sacrifice that you make for kids. That's the altruism. Yeah, most of the paycheck goes to childcare, and that's not going to change.
That's tricky as well.
More hours means more childcare. So this is a good. This I would say that this is an opportunity to sit down with a piece of paper and work out all your numbers before you make any decisions.
Yeah, Six of Pentacles is very much about looking at the practical. When we're looking at the idea of going after more bookkeeping clients, we got the Six of Feathers, which is the Six of Wands or victory. So this card is all about. Bye, Nina.
People are moving. Guys. Yeah.
It's okay.
People come in, I miss them. People leave, I miss them.
So we have altruism for looking for a full-time job, and we have victory in looking for more bookkeeping clients. And so I kind of feel like there's pros and cons to both.
It sounds like you just
made your budget last week.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like you're just starting to squeak by with the personal one. With the bookkeeping,
I feel like the bookkeeping feels more personally satisfying, and I also feel like you have more control in this arena.
But it's more altruistic to do the one that puts the kids first.
Absolutely. This is more risky. This is more.
I don't think you're safe. Actually okay. I think you're between a rock and a hard place emotionally, but not necessarily financially.
Interesting. So the money wise, you're kind of okay either way. But
it will be okay.
But it'll feel probably a lot safer to stick with full-time work.
Well, a regular full-time job is a lot safer, especially when your kids are more important than your personal satisfaction.
So let's look at our third card for like clarification.
Okay, so clarification, and again,
we got the 5 of Swords, which is defeat. And the 5 of Swords is often about feeling kind of.
That's the rock and a hard place.
That's the rock and the hard place.
Totally agree. Both choices come with some form of trade-off that aren't quite as happy-go-lucky as and so you're worried about. You're terrified of making the wrong choice.
Here's the reality. That's what I get from this card. The reality.
Yeah, done.
The reality. Wait, I want to say this though. The reality is that there's going to be some loss or sacrifice either way. You're either going to make less overall because of the childcare when you go full-time work and have potentially less time with your kids. Or you're going to have potentially less financial stability, less security when you go with the clients.
Well, I mean, and I think the thing is that you have to you do the checklist with the practical things, like
especially with this being the foundation.
Sometimes, and I actually built a spreadsheet for this, but sometimes people sit down and do the math and realize that they're not quite in the position they think they are.
Yeah.
Sit down. If you choose to pursue your bookkeeping, how easy will it be for you to just jump ship and get a day job if that's what you need to do? If you're in an economically depressed area, your choices become different.
That's very true.
Your potential becomes different, and it changes.
If you've got lots of options right now for getting more, like making money, like if you could basically try to get more clients, and then
so you have to
know that you could find a job easily if you change your mind later. Basically.
You feel a little trapped. And again, it's not necessarily financial. It's more of an emotional thing that you're doing. You got kids, of course. I've been there. You got kids.
Yeah.
So
over applying for jobs that won't pay you enough. Yeah, and you really have to do the math. Like Peggy, makes a really good point. Like there's a point at which you need to really add up which makes more sense.
Yeah, the kids are Lynn has a point that the kids.
Your heart needs to lead in this, and you just love your kids. Yeah.
And that's the emotional rock and hard place.
There was no cups in that reading though. It was Wands, Swords, Pentacles. So you actually there was an absence of emotion. So it could be that's where you need to bring some balance in to kind of get out of your head a bit.
Yeah. But think of all your other out of the box, outside the box options that may or may not buy you time to sort your stuff out, so that maybe I don't know what you need to sort out. Like, I mean, right now this particular area is job hunter's dream.
Yeah.
Take chances. If you
might not be in an area.
If you live in the Vancouver area of British Columbia, take chances because everybody is hiring. You can go work at a coffee shop for $20 an hour.
Exactly.
Crazy here.
It's going to be Topaz next, just so you know. So you can prepare your question.
Yeah. So just take a look at Topaz. You're next.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have more options that you think, and a lot of the limitations that you think might be holding you back are kind of in your head. So,
and it might be that right now you're kind of in that perfect place where you can keep the part-time, get more clients, see how that pans out, and then look.
But that may also end up being so much extra work that you
exactly
you want home life balance too. Oh wait, there's another rock.
I do think you're going to need to feel your way through it for sure.
I think. I mean,
yeah. On many levels, I am moving to Vancouver.
Vancouver's nuts.
But super expensive here.
It's super expensive here, but if you can find an affordable living situation, you can make good money. You can make good money out here, but you're going to spend most of it on rent. That's the really crappy part of Vancouver.
Let's do for Topaz. My question is, I'm 45 and I'm wanting to go back to school. Nursing school, is this something I should pursue? We have 2 couches.
We have 2 couches. Yeah.
Let's do for this one, what should you do? What shouldn't you do? And the crux. So let's look at the crux.
I love
first.
BC. I hate the rents here. It's fine.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And we're not doing too bad. We're half an hour left. So we'll see how it goes. All right.
Maybe we should do a video on my little spreadsheet that I invented.
We should.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just going to be all cryptic. I'm going to be cryptic.
She made a real cost of commuting spreadsheet.
I made a cost of commuting spreadsheet that can be applied to almost any working situation.
It helps you do the math, figure out how much you're actually making.
There's a story, but basically back in the day, my sister and a bunch of other people I knew sat down and did the math one day and realized that they were spending more than by the time they paid for all the extra things they had to pay for in order to maintain a job, they were losing money just to have a job.
Everybody's
moving to my house. Okay, well, you immediately become sweatshop labor in my little.
Oh my God, she'd be getting everybody sewing.
You guys are sewing. You show up with a sewing machine, I will bolt you to something and put you in ankle chains.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, that can be really fucking inappropriate in some audiences.
You're inappropriate. Like your existence is inappropriate.
That's true. Okay.
All right, I'm sorry. Back on track. Lulu's like, I can sew. Okay.
All right, Lulu, you get the couch that's over there.
Okay, let's focus on Topaz. Okay, so we're gonna do the crux. And what should you do? What shouldn't you do? How's that sound?
Okay, so thinking of going back to nursing school.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of. Sometimes if I write.
Okay, so here's the crux.
There you go. Well, Barb, you're just a fury right away. You better have your ass here by morning.
Oh my goodness. I love spaghetti. I can eat spaghetti forever. Lulu's moving in. Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Kylie, sorry, we're not quite there yet, Kylie. So we'll probably have to ask you again in the future.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go.
We've got quite a few to get.
We're working from a list right now. So.
Okay, so Topaz. Let's see how we do. Okay, you're gonna cut the deck for me?
Yeah.
Where do I cut it at? Okay. All right, so the crux.
Lisa goes first because of her decks.
Yeah, that's right. Four of Wands, completion. So this tells me that the phase of life you're in right now, this is where you're at in your life. The phase of life you're in right now is coming to a close. The Four of Wands to me is a milestone card. Now, it means that you've hit this point, right, where you get to celebrate, you get to explore.
See, I don't see it as see, when somebody says it closes, and sometimes the idea is not to focus on the thing that closed, but focus to a door is just open.
That's kind of what I'm actually saying.
When one door closes, another door opens. That's how I think of this.
Completion, this is like a mini completion. So it's right smack in the middle of the suit. Ace to 10.
Oh, I'm sorry. The way you worded it the way you worded it gave me the sense that you were saying that, oh well, you've got shit going on and it's time to move on.
No.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm checking in.
No, this is the milestone. So to me, this is actually being the crux of where you're at in your life.
You're in a good place for changes, to bring changes into your life.
Sometimes this card to me can represent you've accomplished.
I almost burped again did something.
I burped too. I was just quiet and subtle about it.
Why?
Because it's more fun to let you.
Oh, because I won't blush. Yeah, right. I don't blush. I'll just congratulate you.
Milestone. Think of this card as the milestone. Wait. Barb. I'm just kidding. You're not obligated.
Okay, that's it. Somebody block Barb now. just now. With your sewing machine, I bet too.
Oh my God! I just spit tea out of my straw.
She won't burp out loud, but she'll spit. It's like,
okay, hold on.
Okay.
So milestone. At the age that you're at, like, I know what that can be like. You can be at an age where, like, when you have kids, the kids are grown, or sometimes you've gone through a relationship.
Okay, so
I mean, like, you've run out of toilet paper, but that's kind of
okay.
Do you know?
Like, yeah.
She missed that. I'm like, you've gone through a relationship, like you've gone through toilet paper. But do you know what I mean? Like, you hit this point in your life where it's like, you see, now she gets it.
But I get it. I was like, wait, you said that?
Like, imagine you're on a hike.
Yeah.
This is the point when you stop and have a picnic for a moment because there's a
recognition. You're in a place to bring new changes into your life, and I'm not looking at this as a bad thing.
So what should you do? Wheel of Fortune.
Whatever the fuck you want.
Literally, Topaz.
Whatever the fuck you want.
Hold on. Literally, Topaz just said change is needed, and look, it's the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
So Wheel of Fortune very much is an affirmation of change. So in the
do whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm not going to help with this card.
in the what should you do position, this is very much a ride the wheel. Move with the change. We didn't
show the cards again.
Did we?
Oh. I don't know.
I keep showing them to Peggy and forgetting to show them to you.
Yeah, we're not going to show. We're just going to make shit up.
We're going to hoard it.
This is the tower.
No, it's not.
No, it is the Wheel of Fortune. It is the. I always see this card as you. Literally, do whatever the fuck you want. You are in a position where you are in a position. Okay, how do I say this right?
I like it.
You're in a position right now where even if it doesn't work, you're not going to fucking care.
I like it.
You're in a good.
Balls to the walls.
You're in that place where it's
got. This is already on the list. Yeah,
you're already there.
You're already on the list. We're just not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at what
I mean, it might blow all to fucking hell.
Roll the dice, spin the wheel. Exactly.
Yeah. Roll the dice, spin the wheel, and don't worry about whether you win or lose.
See, I burped again. I missed it.
Do it again.
No. Okay, so let's look at what you shouldn't do. That's what you should do. Let's look at what you shouldn't do. 9 of Swords.
Yeah, don't be your own enemy. Don't be your own enemy.
This is the anxiety
I'm
card.
supposed to let you go first, aren't I?
You bully. The 9 of Swords is the anxiety card. It's like, don't get all up in your head about it. Don't let your fears prevent you from following your dreams.
Yeah, you're not okay. Like, yeah, like do whatever you want. You're not stupid enough to do anything so completely problematic that it's gonna fuck you over.
Yeah.
You already have the tools that you need to just go. I'm gonna take a chance because I'm.
Also, can we look at how happy this chick? Well, I think she looks happy. Maybe her face is neutral, but I think she looks happy and content riding that wheel of change.
Let's prove we're telling the truth about the cards.
You just did the thing. Like I held the card and
you're fine.
Put it in front. Okay, last glance at all 3 cards. Then we're gonna reshuffle and get ready for the next one.
Look, it's coins. It's I Ching coins.
Oh, there's I Ching coins because of fortune.
The fortune aspect,
right?
You're okay. So whether or not you choose, whether or not
quote ACDC, who's got the biggest balls of them all?
Me.
Topaz.
Me.
Topaz.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Topaz.
Oh my god. All right. Hopefully that was helpful, but I think it's a very affirming.
Whether or not you make the decision to do this, just don't be doing it don't be making this decision from a place of anxiety because you got what you need. You're already in a good place or heading to a good place, so you can literally do whatever you want right now, and
but punchline, the answer to your question is yes, you should go back to school.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
go for it.
I always want to make sure I get back to the question.
Donna,
Donna's turn. It's Donna's turn. I'm yelling like somehow she's out of the room.
We're gonna yell because apparently if we yell louder, you hear us better.
Even though it's on camera, like that doesn't actually work that way.
You know what the funny thing is though? That when we're talking really, really loud, we talk slower.
Do we?
It's like because we're just forcing this into your eardrums.
Oh, did you? Hi, Jack. We're ready for your question, Donna.
Ozark
I hope you enjoyed the entry hall. Yep, she's typing her question out. I'm gonna
type faster because we want to give you bad advice. We're going to give you good advice.
I'm gonna switch back over to Brady because it's an animal deck and she's got a bazillion animals.
Oh yeah, if you guys have, if anybody, I'm pretty sure everybody who's in here right now is probably knows exactly who Donna is.
There is a list, Jack, but it's full right now.
It's full right now. If we have time, we will add to it, but I'm pretty sure we're not going to get to it.
But we're going to start doing this regularly on the channel, so you'll be seeing us. You'll be seeing us again.
Donna's next. We're waiting for Donna.
That's totally cool.
And if you guys haven't seen Donna's videos, go look at her channel because she's got this amazing farmyard full of animals, like a cow named Meatloaf and a goat named Rex. He's my buddy. A dog named Buddha.
We really need to get you to a petting zoo, yo.
You need to get me to a petting zoo, yeah. But
don't forget to thumbs up down below and subscribe if you're new here, and hit the bell if you want to be notified because we're probably not going to do these on any kind of schedule. We're going to do these live readings.
We might, but not yet.
Not yet. We're just going to do it whenever.
This is our very first one, so we really don't know what it's.
Meatloaf.
Yeah, he's cool.
You're new?
Rex is better.
Yeah, so subscribe and hit the bell. Hit the bell. The bell is good because it'll pop up a notification usually right when we're starting, which is when the list happens. So my third son moved out today.
Oh,
I tend to live for my boys and I don't do change well. How do I avoid depression with this?
Overparent the other two.
You're done now. I just threw the card.
Okay.
Oh my God. Steve's in his bedroom like feels the feels.
We had one.
Oh my God. Problem solved. You're good now. Oh my God. Oh, how
I need to go to a petting zoo.
That's so flattering. Oh my God. Okay.
Okay. Let's try and give you some real advice because if we give Donna bad advice, then I'm not ever going to get to meet Rex. I got the perfect
3-card spread for this. Embrace, release, and remember. What do you need to embrace? What do you need to release? And what do you need to remember?
Yeah.
About this change.
Derek is one of your roosters, right? I am so bad at remembering because I don't get to see enough of your videos because I don't have the time. And then when I do, I get to sit here and do readings.
I love that. Party trick, right? Time to a chair and padlock the doors.
It's kind of funny.
You can't leave.
I mean,
I get it though. It's tough.
No, Steven moved out. How long were you out for, Steve? 2 years? Steve.
He was out for a while.
Yeah. I love Derek's cool. I just don't ever see enough of him. I always hear him though. I hear him in all your videos. No, Stephen.
Derek is the asshole rooster that never shuts his
Yeah. I thought that was Derek. But it's like I don't want to make bad guesses because
I thought you guessed he was a goat.
No,
so you still made
Rex
a bad
is
guess.
The goat.
Yes,
Rex is one of the goats.
But you said it's Derek a goat.
Anyway, no. John moved out for his last year of university. Steve moved out about a year later, and we went through it. Like we got. I don't know if we got it lucky or not lucky. Stephen did move back in, but we were empty nesters for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
And there were times where we just like totally missed the kids. Oh yeah.
The prep for us, we lived too far away, and that was a bummer. We missed.
Well, yeah, that's I think But anyway.
Okay.
So
embrace, release, remember. I'm gonna get Peggy to cut one more shuffle, and then I'll get her to cut because I like to shuffle.
Sure, shuffle the crap out of the deck.
I really like shuffling.
We could do more readings if she wants.
If I would shuffle for like an hour and a half.
Everything off the
cut
cards.
the deck.
All the way down to there.
Okay. You ready?
Okay.
Here's what you need to embrace. Oh, it's the Son of Roots. How perfect is that? Okay, sorry. I just had a moment.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so the Son of Roots is the Knight of Pentacles, right? There. So the Son of Roots, this is the stable, grounded, cautious card. And because it's a court card, embrace.
Now, which place? This
is the embrace position. And this.
And they're always going to be your little boys.
Wait.
Always.
But wait. Sorry, I'm really excited. This particular court card of all of them is like, I feel like one of the most responsible. And to me, this means embrace what you know about your son. Embrace that you know he's got good feet under him, partly because you've done a badass job being a mom. Like, trust the lessons.
He's not abandoning you. He's moving on because you've given him everything he needs to do it right.
But I think this is a reminder about who he is. Like this to me is
and
saying
who
that
you are to him.
But also, don't derail my point. I'm gonna beat you with the card.
I added to it. I helped. Damn it.
To me, this is such an affirmation of how good of a place he's in to be moving out right now. It's like, this is like the Oscar award of parenting, right? This is like, steadfast and honorable kid. Exactly.
So he's not.
That's what you can lean into.
He's not just pissing off somewhere where you're not going to hear from him for a year. You've got the connection is still there, even though he's not.
But I love this.
That's kind of how I'm seeing it.
Did you see my analogy? Did you?
Yes, and then you hit me
with a card. You're fine. You're not going to get a love from that. It's fine.
It's fine.
I have to hit you with something harder before you grow loves.
Jesus Christ. Keep reading the cards. Okay. Oh my God.
But the point here is that it's like,
okay, you guys can all move in here because I'm moving to Donna's because I need, or you guys need to keep me safe. Anyway,
I do think that's like the Academy Award of parenting. It's like, you've done good. Like, that's so much affirmation. I don't know, in my opinion.
Well, no, and remind yourself of that because that's how you get through those moments when you're just missing them so much.
Oh, and here's what you need to release. I'm gonna cry. It's the 5 of Cups, which is loss. What you need to release, and this is going to take some time, is the natural grieving process of him leaving the nest.
There is a sort of a grieving.
There is absolutely.
I mean, and because when we use certain words, we only apply them to certain situations.
Such a perfect card for that position. I mean, really, the 5 of Cups so often is about letting yourself have the emotion. Don't tell yourself it's wrong to feel it. You're allowed to feel it. Oh, that's tough, right?
Yes. And you are allowed. Okay, you're allowed. Yeah. Just remember that you are allowed to have negative feelings. Are not fun, but they're normal.
Yeah.
Remind yourself of that it's okay to miss him. It's okay to call him up just because you need to hear his voice. It's okay.
It's okay to be sad. It's okay to go through a grieving of what it was like to be the mom to the boy when he lived at home versus being the mom to the boy that's now on his own. And I think,
oh my God, I still buy my kids candy. And it is okay.
He's working in a fire department and he's like the Knight of Pentacles. Like, this kid is going to take no unnecessary risks. I say kid, but he's obviously a man at this point, right? He's not going to take a
No, he's not. And in my eyes, my kids are still like barely out of diapers.
I know. We still call our boys our man children.
We call them our man children, and they call themselves that.
Yeah.
Just remember that
kids.
It's okay.
Yeah. Hello, everybody just joining.
Okay, and it doesn't mean that something's. It's okay to be sad that he is not living at home anymore, but it also doesn't mean something's wrong.
So embrace what you know about him, and you can trust him.
And your relationship with him.
Release, move through that grieving process. Let yourself have it, but when it's time to let it go, lean back into the trust, right? And then what you need to remember. Oh, the daughter of it's called horns. These are called horns, not cups or vessels.
Oh, they're horns.
They're horns. But so the daughter of horns. So this is like your
grandkids. No, what?
No, it's too soon. Anyways, the daughter of horns is the daughter of cups. This is like the Page of Cups. So this is somebody who remembers her optimism, remembers to look for the rainbows in the rain, right? So to me, this is a reminder
this is to remember that
to lean into the lightness.
And also,
hi, Divine Goddess. Our list is currently full, and we're only reading till 7:30, so we're probably not going to be able to take any more today.
But this is also a reminder that your kids are everything, and that's fine. But now this opens up more space for you.
Yeah.
For you time, for that sort of thing. So
I'm sending you lots of love. You got really quiet.
As you know, like a child leaves, and like our kids moved out, and suddenly we had time. There will be a trade-off, and you'll have and it will be a positive one. And it's more like, you get your time back, your space back. You now have a craft room.
Exactly. Do you have a craft room?
She just might.
I see what Peggy's saying. Look for the spots of joy in this situation. I was like, where did the craft room come?
Craft room, a reading room.
She really wants a craft room.
Oh my God, I want my kids to have kids. I want to be a grandparent so bad, so I can spoil the crap out of the grandkids. So really, don't just remember that this what you're going through right now. Negative emotions are also normal, and it's okay. And there's a whole lot else. There's a whole lot going on. The reason why you're feeling this way is because of all the positive things that are happening around you.
That's right.
And that's a fucked up thing, right? And it feels fucked up.
It's true though.
Like John's like, I'm moving out because I'm going to do my last year of university in residence. So I'm like, no, my baby. And it's like, wait a second.
It's because he's in a good place.
Yeah. You know what? It's normal. It's completely.
Yeah.
You've got 5 kids. Like,
of course, your identity is going to be wrapped up. Of course.
Oh my God, it is so insanely normal, and that's fine. And this is an opportunity for you. You still got a grandparent. You still got. This is an opportunity for you to have more time, a little more time for you, a little more space for you.
It's going to be Jen, Science to Soul Jen next. You can prepare your question.
Give yourself your feelings, and then take a little time to think about what you now have a little bit more of for yourself out of this too, because don't have guilt about that.
Oh my God, I want a grand pegant.
Yeah, and go give Rex a hug.
Yeah.
She'll come back with lumps in her head because is he still headbutting you?
The rooster?
No, Rex.
Oh, the goat. I was like, is the rooster headbutting somebody?
Okay. Next person is
Science to Soul. Jen, you're up. You are up. And after that, it will be Ezra. Just so you can kind of think about that.
Donna, Science to Soul, then Ezra.
I think she said she was in the other room. So was it Jen that was in the other room? I can't remember.
Who's in the other room?
Thanks so much for the live chat, for the reading. This is super fun. Everyone have a good night. Bye, Carmen.
Bye, Carmen.
Rex tore a hole in my Stevie Nicks t-shirt, and we're not talking. Oh my gosh. Okay, Jen. Oops. Love guidance on if it will work out for me to completely give up my role as a psychologist and solely focus on spiritual therapy and coaching.
Okay.
Let's do a.
Well, I'm sorry that Rex is being an asshole, but I'm kind of not surprised. That's probably why I like him.
Let's do what should I do? Crux, what should I do and what shouldn't I do? Okay. So the crux of the situation is what you're doing now and the choice and whatever. Okay, so let's see. We're back to the stretch tarot for this one. Okay, you ready to cut?
I'm ready to cut.
I won't shuffle for a million hours. Okay.
Ooh.
I'm trying to control the shuffle. Rein it in.
The shuffle monster.
Rein it in a bit.
Monster.
So the crux. I'm strength. The 9 of Wands. So this is interesting because the 9 of...
we saw the question.
We gotcha. There's just a delay. So the 9 of Wands. Now in this deck, it shows the wands as matches. And I love that analogy for the wands, which is the fiery suit.
Shay, we're definitely not going to have.
Yeah, we'll definitely be full.
I don't think we're going to be able to finish.
We won't be getting through our current list. Yeah. So the thing about thank you, Donna. The thing about the 9 of Wands and being strength, this is kind of like that last push. There's a bit of protecting what you've built that I think shows up in this card. And so to me, this tells me that one of the reasons that
it sounds like you've put a lot of strength.
You've put a lot of energy and effort into that.
It sounds like you've already put a lot of energy and effort into both.
Yeah. I agree. And there's an investment that you're still protecting at this point. So that's part of where you're going to be kind of stuck. When we're looking at what should you do, damn this card.
Oppression.
We get the 10 of Wands, oppression. And this tells me that you need to look at where
you're the thing that you hate. Don't let yourself become oppressed by feeling obligated to do the thing that you're not liking.
But you didn't let me. I agree with Peggy. by the way. That's the
I'm
punchline.
sorry.
But I was also going to say, also look at which of these two makes you feel the most heavy. So yeah, kind of similar to what Peggy said. I just needed to put it in my own words because ego. But yeah, we need to.
It sounds like you've got just to prove that we drew these cards.
They're also both wands, which is interesting, and it kind of speaks to fire and passion. Where is your passion? Because both of these cards are your passion suit. If you're not feeling the passion in psychology, then that's interesting information to have, right? As part of your decision-making process. Look at the energy of the element to give you a little bit further guidance. When we're looking at what you shouldn't do, we get opportunity, the Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups, this is really good advice. The Knight of Cups is the romantic. He has a tendency to follow. He's a little bit of an emotional squirrel, right? This is filling my cup right now, so I'm going to go chase this and now this. Make sure you're not doing that. So whatever decision. So like Knight of Cups is like, if you look at him romantically, he's most likely to wander, cheat, etc. because he kind of gets pulled really easily. Okay, right?
So that's kind of like being.
So this is the advice of what not to do. So don't just jump because it's making you feel good in the moment. You do need to ground the passion, the interest, the desire in practicality. So you have to rein in the ooh shiny and make sure that it's got a strong foundation before you make that leap. So this says.
Well, it sounds like okay, like you don't.
This is the do and this is the don't, right?
Yeah, Don't trap you. Don't make
that's the do.
Don't make those thoughtless decisions that trap you.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you have the strength to do you have the strength to do whatever you want.
Yes.
But don't just be.
Don't be impulsive. Does that make sense?
Take your time.
Yeah. Follow your passion, but make sure that you're not making the decision.
To release psychology, but my passion is spiritual therapy. So maybe. She's poking me.
I
am. She's below the camera level, going like.
No. Okay. But yeah, basically make sure you're not making the decision emotionally. Make sure that you really be confident that you're following the passion, that it's the right time and all of that good stuff.
I mean,
right?
and I think you know what's not in here? You already have the psychology,
but
so there's nothing. You already have the psychology, so you already have a certain sense of stability. So just don't make knee-jerk decisions that could cause problems for you without knowing what you're getting into.
I do think it's interesting that here we have fire and water, but we have no earth and we have no air. So that means you need to bring in those other two elements to make the decision. Yeah. Bring in the practicality of earth and bring in the really logical thinking of the swords or of the air suit so that you were making a balanced decision, right? So that up.
But you have the strength to make you have the strength to make either decision.
Well, and I don't think there's any question about skill as well.
Yeah, no, there's
skills are there as well.
There's no question about skill. There's no question about strength. But with oppression,
temperance, absolutely.
And with that there, it's like don't be in a huge rush, or you could end up doing it badly, regardless of which decision you make.
Yeah.
But you have the strength for either decision to work out. The strength part is the strength is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let it take time.
Yeah.
That's that's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of see this as like, dude.
Well, especially the Nine of Wands, because the Nine of Wands, which was the one with the keyword of strength, the Nine of Wands is very much that protective energy. So you also want to come at it from a place of making sure you're looking after your ultimate long-term best interests, not just what's good right now.
This might be a decision that needs time to transition fully in a way that's healthy for you.
It might need some marinating time.
It could be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But just don't forget, the strength is there. You have what you need to make either decision and make it work. So don't do it from a place of, I must do this. I have to do it now. I can't, don't do it from this place of, I don't know if anxiety is the right word, but just, you should take the time is probably what the best advice that reading is giving.
Absolutely. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
Yay, you're welcome. We are on Ezra next. So Ezra, if you want to hit us with your question, that would be awesome. After Ezra is Claire, if she's still here. So Ezra and then Claire. And then we'll see where we're at time-wise.
Yeah.
Somebody's talking about roots and wings. I've got that deck on the way.
There you go. And Lynn just has some advice right there, too. Now, that would be an interesting little mini challenge. I don't know. I think it would take way too much time for us. if we were, okay, Lynn just gave me a good idea. If other people happen to have a deck handy and want to draw an add-on card and post what they think, now
it should be up to the parent though.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So if the person who's asking the question, but it might be an interesting exercise to play with, because we wouldn't, if we were to do that, we would just get wrapped up in a big free-for-all over one reading. And then as we're moving on, they can continue discussing among themselves.
Possibly, yeah. I think it's worth checking in with the person asking the question, make sure they're comfortable with it.
No. It would be an it would be an interesting exercise for another time, because I think that's really cool that Lynn pulled it. I'm assuming that you pulled a card, Lynn, or that you've done it previously in talking to Jen. So
yeah.
It would be an interesting exercise, because people are already chatting and whatnot, and we can't keep up with everything.
Ezra, are you still here?
Are you still here, Ezra?
If not, Claire, are you here? So we'll need to move on. If we don't get
if we don't hear from Ezra or Claire in the next couple of minutes, we're just gonna have to move on. That'll be a really fun exercise, though.
Oh, there's Claire's question. Okay, let's do
Claire. We'll do Claire first, because Ezra's not responding.
I'm wanting to create my own business instead of job out there. As when I do create my own business, I feel that it would be more flexible compared to having a job. Is this a good way to go for you? Basically, should you start your own business and step out of traditional work? Got it. Or you know what I mean? Like,
okay, that makes sense.
Being an entrepreneur instead of being an employee. So let's do crux. What should you do and what shouldn't you do? Same thing, because that seems to be working in that context.
Yeah, and this is in relation to pursuing that as a goal, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the crux, where you're at now, which always gives insight into the current moment, which is good. Okay, you can cut for me here.
Oh, I can? I'm allowed
I guess allowed to cut, just not shuffle. She doesn't shuffle right.
I do so.
You don't shuffle my way.
Your way. There we go. Ooh.
So here's where you're at right now. You're in the position of the Fool. And that tells me that you're in a space where you're yearning for that entrepreneur opportunity. You're yearning to take risks. That's definitely what you want, I think, deep down, is to take that leap. Now, let's look at what you should do and see if that makes sense for you now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't...
Wait. You need to wait. The Hanged Man.
Yeah.
To me, the Hanged Man is an instant pause, step away.
I don't have a lot to add to this, because, the fool energy is not about being stupid or about making mistakes.
But it can be if you're impulsive.
I'm ready for the adventure. I'm ready for this. And that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Be ready for the adventure.
Yeah.
Collect all the information that you... The we for you, the Hanged Man coming after the Fool could simply be saying, absolutely, once you take the time to collect the information that you need to make sure that you can do this safely, successfully.
And I see the Fool, because the position is the crux, like where you're at right now. I see that as that's what you're yearning for. That's
absolutely
that's where you're at as far as.
Oh my God, it's been amazing for me. So I totally get why.
But the Hanged Man very much is wait, pause, get some perspective. Make sure you're looking at it from all angles before you take the leap.
Okay, I'll tell you a story. You guys are going to totally understand.
Oh, we like story time.
Okay, I'm in an embroidery group, which is totally fine. Yeah, doing lots of research. I'm in an embroidery group. There was a woman that came into the group. I'm not even going to. So anyway, she comes into the group and she's going, "Hi, I just bought an embroidery machine. And I would really love to know what kind of things I can make for sale. So because I'm starting my own business. Oh, and by the way, where can I get lessons so I can learn how to use this machine?"
Oh boy.
What she was talking about, this gets better and better. And I'm not going to bore you for details because we don't have a lot of time yet. This basically turns out that this woman had gone out and bought herself, we're not talking
like a $20,000 machine.
Yeah, I told you this story, didn't I? A $20,000 machine.
But didn't know how to use it yet.
Didn't know how to use a machine.
Didn't know what to
make. Had never even previously owned a sewing machine.
Yeah.
Had no idea what to make. And was expecting expecting to literally support herself with a full-time level income off of this machine. And everybody is telling her, like, okay, well, for starters, your first choice is exactly. And it's like, get the foundation. So the Hanged Man is absolutely get the excitement. If you are not
excited, but take your time.
Be excited. Do not choose a profession, a career, or something as your personal business that you're going to
think of all the decks you could buy with that. Exactly. Cleo.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
so let's look at what she shouldn't do.
But the Hanged Man is all about get your information, take your time. Don't be
be excited.
Be
the
excited.
Hanged Man is
don't
what
be in a
should
rush.
you do is you should wait. What you shouldn't do is the Knight of Wands adventure.
Whee! I'm gonna go buy that $20,000 machine and then ask the internet how to use it because I don't even know how to use the phone.
The Knight of Wands is definitely be aware of your impulse to jump in and temper that with your research, which it sounds like you're already doing, which tells me that you're on the right track, right?
If you've thought of something that you want to do, if you've thought of something that you want to do, and you can find ways to do it in small ways to get a slow start, go for it.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of.
The hangman doesn't mean you have to. The hangman doesn't mean you have to stop everything and freeze, but it does mean that you want to go very slow. Make sure you're keeping your eyes wide open and looking at things from different angles. Right.
The hangman isn't about don't do it. It's about think about it.
Be patient.
Be patient. Be patient. Take your time. Get the information that you need. And there is nothing in that reading that is saying don't do it.
Yeah.
So what I see is take your time. Gather your resources, gather your information, make sure that you understand as much as possible about what it is that you want to do.
Perspective, absolutely.
So that when you're ready to go for it, you'll be in a good place to just go, yep, not a problem. I'm going to start my business. This is what I'm going to do.
All right, Alyssa, you're up next.
Alyssa is, I'm not sure what happened to Ezra, but
Ezra, we haven't heard.
Alyssa, I'm assuming that Ezra left. So Ezra, sorry, you've just kind of lost your place there, bud. We've only got a couple of minutes, so we can't.
Yes, Alyssa, please do give us your question.
Yeah, Alyssa, you are next.
And then I think we might have to call it
a love light question.
Yeah, you can ask a love light question.
We're just doing 3 cards.
I'll pull over to. Excuse me, I burped again. I'm going to pull over to the Brady Tarot.
Something new to shuffle.
Yep. Something new to shuffle. This deck feels so nice. It's like velvety. It's that rose petal.
Oh no, hi buddy.
Rose petal finish. Hello. We have a puppy joining.
We have a hi. Come on, kisses. Aw, hi.
He's like, hello.
Hi. Okay. Does Martin Fernandez?
So we're not gonna read.
We're not gonna go that. I don't think we can really.
We can read about you. We can read about you and the energy around you in a particular situation. So if you're asking about a particular person, hold that person in your mind, and then just ask about the situation. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps, just so that we can make sure we're all coming at it from the right place here. Be on the same page. And we'll do a...
Does he love me?
Let's do a situation obstacle advice. So rather than a yes, no like that, with a question like that, I like to look at what's the situation with this person? What's the obstacle to moving forward with the situation? And what's the advice? So we're going to look at it in a more general context and see where we go from there, okay? So that's how we're going to approach it.
Yep.
And we'll go from there. Perfect. Okay, so ready to cut?
No.
You can come on now. Okay, thank you. All right, so
Shayla just came over and got jealous. So I've got 2 dogs and one sliding everywhere.
That's okay. Situation is the connection between you and him. The obstacle is going to be anything in your way, and then the advice of what you need to do for your best interest, okay? And this is going to be our last reading for tonight, but remember that if you are here and we're not getting to you, hit the bell, subscribe. That way, the next time we do this, because there may not be a lot of warning, you get that notification, right? Okay, so situation, High Priestess. This is your intuition, right? So the High Priestess is your inner wisdom, that little quiet voice that kind of whispers at you. And with relation to the situation, this tells me that you already got a bit of an instinct about what's happening with this particular relationship.
I mean, there's a part. Okay, I think what the High Priestess is. What I am seeing here is that regardless of what his feelings for you or your feelings are for him, I think deep down you already know whether or not you even really should be getting back with him.
Yeah.
We're
in a no contact world right now.
I love pizza.
Him. Yeah, it doesn't mean you can have it.
It doesn't mean I can have it.
It's kind of like, okay, so the obstacle is the 8 of feathers. So this is like the 8 of wands. And this is swiftness. And the 8 of wands is about actions that have happened or have swept you away. And you're kind of not in a position of control right now. The situation is what it is. You kind of know deep down.
I'm so sorry about your grandmother, Michelle, but we
Michelle.
Neither one of us are able to do those kinds of readings.
So I didn't even see the question.
Oh, her grandmother just passed a couple of hours ago. She wants to know if her grandmother's okay.
For connection. I don't do a lot of mediumship.
We don't do connection readings, and we're sorry.
Yeah,
but we can't really.
Well, either way, readings are closed. But
yeah, readings are closed. So
when we're looking at Alyssa's reading, intuition, you already know deep down whether this relationship is going to happen at this point. And swiftness to me tells me that you don't have a lot of control. I have a feeling that the no contact was initiated by the other party. And if that is the case, your job right now is to allow things to unfold, right? The advice for you is the devil.
Yeah,
the devil is about
kind of being your own worst enemy right now.
Yeah, agree. The devil is about holding on too tightly to things that are not great for you anyway. The devil is the things that we are held tightly by or bound by that are not serving us.
Thank you, Galen.
That are not serving us.
This is.
I really feel like these are all pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is that what I'm saying here is that if you're not willing, if you're whatever's going on in your relationship that is making you guys be on and off, your willingness to fight for him, willingness to stay in this situation, willingness to go back over and over and over again, that's part of what's making it impossible to fix the problems that are causing you guys to keep splitting up.
Yeah, and I feel like
we can't tell you.
We don't know if there's been a kept splitting up or not, but
no, she said off and on.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, I feel like deep down, your inner self-worth, your inner sovereignty, the part of you that is ready to step to that next level in your personal growth is saying,
hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys.
Think of your inner queen, the person inside you that knows her power. She's saying, let this dude go. Let him go.
Yeah.
And the devil is basically on your shoulder. This is your advice. This is saying, don't stay trapped.
Hard to hear that.
Don't stay trapped. It's tough and it's hard.
And here's the thing. I've had friends, again, to remind everybody, I have over 100 cousins where somebody's like, you know what? I'm done with this crap. I keep going back. I keep fighting for him. I keep trying to fix this. And then they turn around, one day and they say, I'm done.
Thanks, Marie.
We keep splitting up. We keep getting back together. We keep splitting up. We keep getting back together. We're not fixing the problems. And they say, okay, I'm done. And some of them, they've just moved on into better relationships. And some of them, he's fucking cleaned his shit up.
Yeah.
Because he got so used to just doing whatever the hell he wants, and she's always going to go back, that once he realized that she was never going to, it's like, I'm not going back until these problems are fixed. He fixed his shit.
Absolutely.
And they were able to get back together, and they stayed together. And I don't know what that's going to look like for you, but if you're willing to go back over and over and over again, even when things are the same.
He's not going to fix anything, and you're not going to fix anything.
You don't run back into the same. It's not easy, but find someone who cherishes you and only wants you.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, be willing to, because if you're only willing to go back to the same bad relationship over and over again, it's only going to get worse.
That's right. I hope that provided some clarification. Dustin.
Oh, well,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm reading for you. Or I'm sorry.
Lisa's a bad friend.
It was very
Lisa
spontaneous.
is a bad friend.
You're welcome, Melissa. I'd like to close off with Alice if we can. You okay to do Alice?
Yeah, I've got to.
And then we're going to have to call it, I think, which means that I'm very sorry to Ramona, Galen, and Cheryl. We will try to catch you next time. We'll make sure you hit the bell. Dustin's so mad.
We're sorry, Dustin.
Well, okay. She didn't glide you or message you.
I don't glide. I don't have.
He's your son. I mean, not really, but kind of.
He's my tarot son.
Your tarot son.
My tarot son. Tarot son.
So Alice down the rabbit hole. If you are still here,
we'll
take your question. And if not, then we'll take Ramona as our last one. But Alice,
hello.
Let us know if you're here.
Bruno is being desperate. Oh my gosh.
And we'll wrap up with Alice. Cool. It's all good. Aw, thanks, Galen. You're the bestest.
Is Alice still here?
I don't know. If not, then we'll try Ramona.
Pomona.
We've got sorry music love. We've got 3 people on the list that we're gonna give first dibs on the last spot here. So, or 4 people on the list that we have to give dibs to the last spot.
We might have to do a separate video later just for Dustin. Okay,
we'll do a private tag team Carol for Dustin.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know he's the best. Okay, I haven't heard from Alice or Ramona. Alice or Ramona, last call, and then we're gonna move on to Pomona. There's Pomona. Sorry,
Galen.
I kept saying Ramona.
I said Pomona.
I'm sorry, I said Ramona.
What is your question, Pomona?
Yeah, hit us with your question.
I've got one. I'm like over here. I've got Bruno.
Peggy's being attacked by dogs. It's great.
I am a dog pillow right now.
Yeah, let's look at where you are now, where you're going, and how you're gonna get there. It's a great one for general.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
No.
Where are you going? How you getting there?
Really? I don't know. I got that reading. I got that.
It's a joke. It's a bad joke, but it's.
Oh, I get it now. She was answering the question. Okay. All right, Pomona. We'll see.
Liggy. We're Liggy again.
Are we Liggy again? Oh, yes. We are Liggy. Okay. Let me do one last rifle, and then we'll do Pomona's reading here. So where you are, where you want to go, how you're going to get there. Or where you're headed, rather.
I got a picture of you with both the dogs to post later.
Okay.
Doing pretty much what they're doing now.
Aww.
We were watching Becca last night, and the dogs were draped over Lisa. I'm a dog pillow. Like this is bad.
Pomona, you are in the position of the hermit. This is somebody who is ready to dive deep, to learn to do that personal growth work. You're in a place where a spiritual journey could be calling you, or where spiritual exploration could be calling you. I see that this card comes up a lot of times when people are ready to dive into that aspect of their life deeper, or in the first place.
Yeah. Hi, yes, I see you.
Peggy's playing with pupples. What do you think
I'm
about
not playing with pupples. I got one dog on her back, and every time I stop petting her, she's like, I think I agree. I mean, the hermit definitely is in that the hermit's all about introspection, looking inward.
And also focusing on you versus focusing on others.
Well, and avoiding distractions and things like that. So.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that.
Where you are headed, Queen of Wands. This is optimism, but the Queen of Wands is also passion and sovereignty and stepping into your power. So these two combined are pretty powerful. They're like, thank you. These two cards combined are very much about pay attention to yourself, do your self-growth work and your spiritual diving in, and step into your power. I think that's really cool. So that's where you're headed. How you're going to get there with stepping into your power is what's going to be up next. But what do you think about? So I'm kind of taking over. I'm like,
no, it's definitely optimism. The Queen cards for. No, I don't want to make an assumption that you're male or female, but the Queen and the King cards I see as
they're genderless, right? They're about how you hold your power.
Yeah, they're how you hold your power. So it's about moving into that Queen of Wands energy.
Yeah, which is about embracing that for yourself. And power. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and if you are a female, I see these a little oddly, because now if you're a male, so if you're a female, it's learning how to embrace your power. If you were male, I would say learning how to embrace the emotion.
I would say more sensuality than emotion for the Wands.
I want ice cream too now.
Oh, see what you've done, Barb. Now you've derailed her.
Yeah, so like if you were a male, I would say if you were a male getting if you were getting the King of Wands, I would say it'd be more the factual day-to-day type things, the more masculine elements. So that's just a little thing that I do, and I don't always see it that way. But
Peggy's methods are Peggy's methods. It's
I'm me. It's like fuck the world. I'm gonna do it.
All right, how are you gonna get there?
No, I see this as a very positive.
But how she's gonna get here is gonna be
very positive about reaching into your own power and your own who you are.
How are you gonna get there? I'm not even gonna show Peggy first. I'm gonna show the internet first.
I can't.
I know, that's the whole point.
I can't see.
I know, that's the whole point. It's the Ace of Pentacles prosperity. The Ace of Pentacles to me is about reaching out and grabbing opportunity. It doesn't always have to be financial opportunity or mundane opportunity. It often is.
Well, and aces are also about learning too.
They're like the seed of the suit. So they can be about learning, but they can also be about potential. Like recognizing your potential, recognizing the potential around you.
Barb, you're such a bitch right now.
Why are you calling Barb?
She wants ice cream, and now I want ice cream. DQ Cheesecake Blizzard.
You have strawberry
DK cheese. Barb knows that she is being a bitch right now.
Bruno's just like licking my arm, like.
But you know it, Barb.
Wowza. Okay, focusing on poor Pomona.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tempting me by talking about ice cream.
Seed. Wow.
If you are talking about ice cream and tempting me, I'm going to call you a name.
Peggy's not focusing very well at the moment.
No, this is really good.
So where you are now, the Hermit, where you're headed is to the Queen of Wands. And how you're going to get there is embracing opportunity, right?
Embracing opportunity. And again, because the Ace has an element of learning. I hate you, Dustin.
Dustin's torturing you on purpose because he just found out about the live.
Yeah.
It's called karma.
Ha ha ha. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's karma, Barb. Karma.
Oh no.
Okay, so yeah, so learning and prosperity and whatnot. So this is like this is entering into a stage of a bunch of positive learning experiences. And again, I always focus with the learning element when it comes around to the aces, because you're about to start on something, which means you're obviously going to learn something by the time it's
Pomona would
over.
like to know if ice cream is in the cards for her as well.
I think so. See, I told you. I told you. Don't tell me. Don't tell me when I'm being.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
If we want to be really snappy, I keep wanting to do. We've only got.
Seriously, it's up to you. I'm getting hungry, so this is gonna be quick, and my answers are gonna start getting angry.
Okay, if you don't mind dealing with asshole Peggy and her asshole hungriness, then we'll do Gayleen next. We'll do Gayleen, and then
Gayleen, quickly.
Hit us with your question before Peggy gets extra mean, unless you don't mind, and then we'll just.
I just called Barb a bitch. If anybody is still here listening to me, they've got a good sense of humor.
That's what these are gonna be like. These It's hard to focus when we're talking about ice cream.
No shit,
I understand. General
reading.
Okay, where you are now, where you're headed, how you gonna get there?
We will be quick.
All right. I totally stole that 3 card from Ethany, by the way. Yeah.
Thiefer Pants.
That's where I first heard about it from, and it's great. It's great for a general. And you're so welcome. All right.
And Cheryl Ashley, if you're still around, you are last. If you are able to be quick, because we are literally on.
All right. Where you are now. It's our stalker card of the week.
Depression. So things are. You got some shit going on that you're not happy about.
You're a little overburdened at the time. You're a little bit maybe exhausted, running yourself a little bit ragged. There's obviously a lot on your plate. I think it's important to pay attention to what's on your plate and how much of it is actually yours.
You just screwed over Donna because she closed the readings. She did all the right things. She was so helpful.
She was right,
and then we just kept going.
We didn't add anybody new to the
list.
That's
true.
We did good. We kept the readings closed. Asshole Peggy and Barb the bitch, welcome to our shit show.
BFFs forever.
So hopefully that makes some sense, Gayleen.
Thanks, Donna.
You at 3 kids. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get away from that. And it's hard sometimes to share the burden too, right?
And 3 kids means you're pretty much not getting out of this for a while, because that's just
But you can speak up with anybody you have in your life who helps you with the kids, right? Whether it's a partner, whether it's a family member, you can give yourself those breaks where you can. So just don't forget to ask for help.
You got some.
Where you're headed, the 3 of Pentacles, work. This is kind of a dreary, boring reading, but
you know
what? Honestly,
parenting is the day-to-day reality of parenting isn't always fun and happy. But 3
of Pentacles with 3 kids makes sense, right? There's going to be a certain routineness to your life
Each
for a while.
Requires their own level of work.
That's very true.
So,
and there's an interesting thing with 3 of Pentacles, because a lot of it is about how you learn and grow through your craft. And when you're, Lynn just said craft. When you're learning and grow, your craft in this particular context is parenting, right? And you learn and grow as a person through that craft, through the experiences of being a parent, right? Might be for you too, Barb. How are you going to get there? Try to release your anxiety as much as you can. Try not to let that rule you, your fear, your be aware of when you're falling on your sword unnecessarily, when you're moving your day forward from a place of fear.
Well, and it's like, okay, like this is cruelty, and it's like, it's really, when the kids are just making when the kids are making you nuts, it feels good in that moment to start screaming. And that's,
you can perfect your macaroni and cheese too. You can. We had that yesterday.
It's really easy to let it overwhelm you and let it get to you. And because you're not, you can't tell your kids to fuck off. I quit this job. You're not in that situation. So
please don't tell your children to fuck off.
No, I mean, if you have a shit show of a job that's doing this to you, you can quit.
Very late disclaimer. Peggy swears a lot.
I swear a lot, by the way. So yeah, if you have a shit show of a job that's doing this to you, you can quit the job. You can go work somewhere else. These are your kids. You don't get to do that. Don't let yourself get trapped, because it's not good for you and it's not good for them.
Totally agree.
So be aware that this is going to sound shitty, and maybe even Donna can agree with this. When you've got a bunch of kids running around, and you can have those moments where you're like, get
out of my face.
Yeah. And it can be really,
and it's easy to beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, let
yourself be a human being.
Don't beat yourself up. Don't put yourself in those situations.
Good to know, Lynn. Peggy's a genius.
They're fighting because they don't want to help with the dishes, and it's really, really easy to just start going, fuck you, go to your room. I don't know. It's like, oh God, it is perfectly normal to want.
Wine works for me.
So just being aware that it's work. There's work, and it is work, but don't let work turn into this self-oppression thing where then all you have left. Yeah, exactly.
We have to step into the other room, take the breath, count to 10, and avoid murder charges.
Exactly. So
you're welcome.
So just remember that what you're going through it sucks, but it's normal. And then they turn into happy, healthy, well-adjusted teenagers and young men and women, and then they leave, and then we're miserable and we hate them for it.
All right,
that's okay.
Cheryl Ashley, you were the last one on our list. If you're around, hit us with your question, and then we're gonna say goodbye.
Yeah.
And now we know how long it takes us to get through a list of 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you got it spot on, Donna. What's next for me? What's next for me on my spiritual journaling and what action to take?
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, do those things that you need to do to keep the Nine of Swords at bay, and everything else will work. Everything else will work itself out with time and work.
Yep, totally agree. Okay, and you're welcome. All right, Cheryl, where you are now with your spiritual journey. I'm sorry.
You better be.
Cut the deck.
Okay.
Okay, so with regard to your spiritual
journey, an hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Okay, so
now we know about what our list. Yeah,
now we know.
Okay, so
it's always hard when you don't do very many of these.
The 7 of Wands with where you are now in regards to your spiritual journey. So where you are now, 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is a position of sometimes being a little bit.
I'm covered in dog fur. Covered.
7 of Wands to me is a kind of a defensive position to be in, and often that's because you're at a place where you sort of know to a certain degree what you believe. And sometimes you can start to feel like you need to validate those beliefs. You can get a little hung up on looking for evidence, looking for like wanting to secure your position in your spirituality. Sorry, no more readings tonight. So you can.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
So
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Sometimes it's like the higher ground card or the holding your ground card.
Well, right? And okay, so basically, what I would say right now that.
Because this is where she is now.
No, I get it. I totally get what you're saying.
Thanks,
so what I would say is you're at that, you're feeling pretty confident in where you are spiritually right now. And now what's next?
Where you're headed is the 5 of Pentacles.
Okay.
So to me, now the 5 of Pentacles traditionally speaks to somebody who feels like they're on the outside. They feel sometimes a little bit left out in the cold.
I was trying to articulate that because it's like, this when you're on the high ground, when you're on the whatever, it's always tempting to, hey, I'm doing this spiritual thing and I'm in a great place and I'm happy and I'm wonderful. And how do you do that without coming across like, yeah.
But interestingly, this also tells me that the path you're on spiritually does revolve around you being confident enough to. Oh, we got doggies that are gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Oh, we have a 7:30 and 8 o'clock limit.
Now we know. But this does tell me that where you're headed spiritually is to a place that is going to involve. That is going to involve spiritual confidence.
No, you gotta wait.
And a little bit of staying the course. Oh yeah, she seriously.
This is how she starts letting us know that she wants something.
How you're gonna get there? Patience. So the 8 of Pentacles.
You can wait. It's fine.
Sorry, 7 of Pentacles. Oh, this is interesting, actually. The 7 of Pentacles is like.
I'm so sorry. She's distracting, and I'm trying to keep it quiet.
The 7 of Pentacles often is that place in your journey when you're looking at what you've planted, what you've grown, and now you're at the place where you need to just wait and see what's going to be harvested. There's a little bit of mining the path you're already on, looking for the treasure from what you've already.
Well, you know what
started to discover.
I mean, I'm kind of seeing this here as like, okay, so you're in you feel like you're in a really good place, but okay, let's just invent a way out there example. So you're in a really good.
Hungry.
You feel like you're in a really good place where you are spiritually and stuff like that. So maybe everybody in your life is very strongly involved in the church, and so you're not sure how you integrate that with how you're feeling. How do you tell them? How do you not tell them? So I get the sense that you feel like you're in a good place and on the right path, but you're really not sure how to integrate that into day-to-day life, or even if you can or should, or what that looks like.
Yeah, and I think that how you're going to get
which
there
is basically the crux of your reading, which is basically the crux of your question.
If I'm to answer your question more succinctly, as far as where you need to focus your spiritual growth right now, it's going to be on leaning into some of your foundational practices or the foundational beliefs that you have that you've held the most dear for the longest.
Yeah, I did. The cards again.
I screwed you over.
You screwed me over. Yeah, no.
Lean into what you already know and believe, and dive deeper into that. I don't get any like I didn't get any messages from that implied that you should be chasing something new right now, but definitely lean into what you've got.
Begin the work of integrating what you already have.
Integration is a great word.
Begin the work. Yeah. So you're at where you're at right now is you need to start. You have your foundation. You have what you need, and now you need to start integrating that into how you want your day, your life, your relationships. You need to start integrating that into how you want this to interact with your world.
Absolutely.
Which is, for some people, it's super simple, and for some people, it's a process. And I think where you're at is to sit down and go, am I at the simple phase? Am I at the process phase?
Yeah, exactly.
What needs to happen? What doesn't need to happen? And then, so basically, you're kind of at that build your list of questions phase.
Yeah, it's definitely a leaning into
instead of a generic what's next, identify what the what is.
What the what is, and the what? No, like the what is something you've already got the foundation for.
Okay, what the what is, and this is again just to create the out there example, because I've heard other people use it, is like, if your
dark night of the soul phase, that's a beautiful way to put it.
Yeah, so
yeah, that's a beautiful way to put it.
And the out there example again is back to if you're exploring your spirituality, but your family's involved in the church. One of your whats is, what should I tell my family if I tell them anything at all? Now, for some people, it's a serious question, which is why I'm just using that as a
sure. Yeah.
I'm not implying that this is where you're at. It's just a really obvious example question.
Sure.
So you are literally at the stage of making your list of questions.
Yeah.
And how you want things to look next. That's my opinion.
Totally agree.
You do agree?
Yep, I totally agree.
Okay.
All right. That is our list, guys.
We did it. And then
we have dogs that are like literally so mad at us right now.
Watch this. Shayla, do you need to go potty?
Go outside? She wants food.
Do you want outside?
Are you hungry?
Do you want food? All right. You've had one. Hey. You've had one.
We're sorry.
She's really
sorry.
She understands. Yeah.
You guys are welcome. We are definitely going to be doing this again.
We go through a list of words and they understand them. So when we hit the right word, she starts. So she's hungry and she wants to be fed and she doesn't want to wait any longer.
No, she does not. Just
the more she barks, the hungrier she is.
I'm going to end this stream real fast, but just so you guys know.
Yeah, sorry guys, we are running right this minute.
Just so you guys know, we build the list in the beginning. We'll get through as many as we can whenever we do these, but we're not on any kind of a schedule right now. So make sure you hit the bell, subscribe so that you get the notification when it works. Usually it works. And I also always announce right in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group before we go on. So you can watch there as well.
She's getting hangry.
All right, guys.
She knows we're going to
thank you all so much.
Thank you guys. That was fun. I want to do that again.
We will be doing it again.
Okay.
Watch for Tag Team Tarot in the future. Bye, y'all.
Was that something else that we wanted to make sure we point out was that we would list it if we're doing tarot, it'll be listed in the title.
Yeah, it'll always say #Tag Team Tarot and free live reading. So if it doesn't say that, we're not doing readings.
Yeah, just so that nobody gets confused since you do so much other stuff too.
That was a good point.
Okay,
thanks you guys.
Thanks again. Bye guys. I'm gonna feed you now.
Feed the doggies.
Come on.
Feed the monster.